streets of Lake Erie, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday night prime time. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by their...
Has a chance to not only be good on the field, but also be one of the great mentors in a quarterback room.
They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. That's some space here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside.
What you see on tape where you think you can get that type of a play, that's still a great rush and a little bit of a surprise to break off a run like that this early in the game.
And that's going to be in.
That will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Flacco. This will be caught. Judy. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 17-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there.
From right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop it behind the line. Credit the defense there to Quay Walker.
All he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Flacco from the gun. Johnson's got it complete. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's got to be bigger and lead to an interception.
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The game is for the touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
This to the sideline and over everybody, incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Flacco. And he's going to go down. Sacked back in the sack. They go from the 13 on 3rd and goal. Flacco. That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with it.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. Oh, good return up past the 30. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead. Green going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. First carry for Josh Jacobs. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. To throw now. Here's Love. He finds his man. Complete. It's Reed. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Love now. And he is caught. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Love. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Love looking to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So they tried it. Not only did they good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. So the fumble recovery, now Flacco to throw. Into the hands of Cedric Tillman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And they'll be inside the 25 now.
Pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they do.
First down, here's Jenkins. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second and 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Flacco looks to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the goal. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
So a couple of field goals now, 6-0 our score as the kicks away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we got a chance to put points on the board.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
2nd and 10. Throwing. Love. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
We don't want to see them on the field. And after a couple of incompletions, 3rd time's the charm as they get the hook up here and pick up the 1st down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
At their 48-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by...
Judkins going to run it out of the gun. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. An inside run for Jenkins. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to...
If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Flacco. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Flacco. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Drop for a loss. On 4th down on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way up. And the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 6.
5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Love. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
On 4th down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. DeAndre Carter back deep. The Browns drive about to get started. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked to his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Here's Flacco. That's caught left side by Judy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
A give up the middle, Jenkins. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there, holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
So the completion good for 7 there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And Flacco keeps it himself. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
It seems like a short distance, but a yard in this situation, not easily done. So big compliments to the guys up front for creating some space, and especially the guy taking the snap and finding a spot, finding a sliver, an opening, and making it work.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Operating off play action, Flacco. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
3rd down, Flacco from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Love. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Love from the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will finally be taken down up at the 48. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 44 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
On a returning run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
1 yard gain.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. Play action this time with Love. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Love. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
The kick by McManus is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So if you like field goals, you've come to the right McManus to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Jenkins. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. To pass, Flacco. Able to find Tillman. He's got it. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good. We're on Browns. First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. They'll give it to Jenkins. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 69 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Bootleg, Flacco. He'll swing this out to Jenkins. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now Flacco. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Here's Flacco. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And a decent game there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 14-yard line.
Again, they turn to Ford. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
I just love watching those guys go to work.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now it's Flacco. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
A run, it's Jenkins. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Passing play, Flacco. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game. Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Flacco. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the corner. Protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Setting up to throw Flacco. Over the middle, complete to Judy. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive.
Trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
To throw now. Here's Love. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have.
They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando and Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Working out of the gun. Love. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And the Packers first down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
Slant route, he's got Dobbs. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Jacobs going to try the middle. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have a Packers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
We have so many different terms for third down, third and short, third and long, third and manageable. How about third and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the first down.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Down to about the 45.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second down and 8. Play fake. Here's Love. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson.
Christian Watson. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. In motion, the tight end. Love from the gun on 3rd down. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They go with Jacobs. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. It might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Love now. They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. Hang on now, we're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Love. Escaping the pressure right. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. Throwing. Love. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Dobbs. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved
For the point after. And the lead is down to 2. That drive a long one. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
On the ground, it's Jenkins to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. That's caught left side by Judy. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll try and run here with Jenkins. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. On the sneak. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 83 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Second down and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Jenkins. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he'll take this down to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 33, here's second down and 7. An inside run with Jenkins. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 26. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. And Flacco keeps it himself. And he is going to have a Browns first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 6.
A break from the ground game here. Flacco.
They'll get this complete to Tillman.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Once again, Jenkins fights loose. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
And they'll send Judy in motion left. Jenkins. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And as this drive began, the offense had to be thinking touchdown, knowing the situation. Even after that loss, touchdown still on their minds. This is a one-possession game. A field goal doesn't do them a whole lot of good.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Joe Flacco keeping it himself from 8 yards out.
And the Browns are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, that last Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10
at their own 22.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive.
And powering through at the 35. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
In motion left goes Watson.
On play action. Love to throw.
Short throw. He's got Kraft.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Give it big credit.
The Packers on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Love.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Over the middle, complete. It's Watson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
Play action this time with Love.
He hits Dobbs on the crosser.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 13 yards, first down Packers.
But every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly. Fake, ball's out of his hands, and they're trying to hit him in the gaps downfield. And instead, the defender reacts so well that he makes a play on it, and the ball falls incomplete.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled.
It's not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Now they bring the tight end in motion right.
Jacobs.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Touchdown! Romeo Dobbs, his 2nd touchdown tonight.
touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to...
McManus now for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So that drive, 12 plays in length. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back getting set to go once more.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. Pass caught. He's got Tillman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to run.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
On first down, here's Jenkins.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on them to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Give up the middle, Jenkins.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Quinshon Judkins, a 9-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes this a 9-point game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out onto the field. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to him.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Love looking to throw it.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on second down.
Love. That's caught downfield. It's Golden.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And here, down 2 scores, you've still got some time, but you've got to start thinking about preserving the clock when you can. And that's a nice job to secure the football, pick up the first down, and get out of bounds.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. Off the play fake, Love.
That's taken in. Dontavian Wilkes.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Jordan Love.
A 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Packers are back within a score. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
The Browns drive about to get started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead to give up the middle. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
To pass, Flacco.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Flacco looks to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Love from the gun. Throw right side, held in by Dobbs. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
A good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. Well, it could have gone for more.
Now 2nd and 4. Here's Love. Same target. It's Jacobs again.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. That's complete to Dobbs.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's 1st and 10. Now again to Jacobs running right. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal every year. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Now McManus for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So Flacco and the Browns down by 5, 46 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Flacco completes to Njoku. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Flacco. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down.
Setting to throw, Flacco. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And the Packers pick it up. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the